Hi again, everybody. Welcome in. Great to have you with us here tonight on this last Thursday of October. We're back inside the Main Street Pub here in Allendale and on YouTube, GVSU Lakers. And great to have head coach Scott Wooster alongside. Chad Cashman in the studio. Grand Valley will look back on a thriller, the game at Ferris State this past Saturday. Grand Valley falling in that one, but we'll look at that in some detail for you. And then, Coach, tell us about who's going to join us tonight.
Yeah, tonight, Coach Olson, wide receivers coach, will be here, and senior wide receiver had a big one last Saturday, a big third down conversion, and another first down, set up a score. But a guy, fifth-year guy, just kept grinding it out, and it was so cool to see him have that moment, that performance in that game, and he's made some really good plays. Special teams blocked a punt earlier this season, but to see him in that game come up big, it was awesome. So Griffin Shinrock will be joining us tonight.
Beautiful. Yeah, a little focus on the offense as Grand Valley putting up 31 points this past Saturday at Ferris State. So we'll hear from Ryan Olson and Griffin Shinrock. Plus, look ahead to a game, a kind of a rivalry that's fun, the Wooden Shoes, right, at Wayne State.
Yeah, at some point, got to figure out where that originated,
where
the origin
did it
of it,
come
right?
From? Yeah.
And Coach Schroeder, who coached me at Wayne State guy threw all the way back, right? But I asked him one time, and he's got to do a little research too. So we got to figure that out one day. But
absolutely.
But yeah, trophy game.
Yeah, Grand Valley at Wayne State this coming Saturday, 1 o'clock, the kick for that. So stay with us. Let's get this started. The GVSU Football Weekly Report right here on the Grand Valley Sports Network. We'll be right back. Lakers falling at Ferris State 38-31. Some offensive fireworks in that one for sure. As we look back on that game, the review brought to you in part by Noara Brothers Home Store, bringing you top name brands at low prices, and by Earhart Construction, the official construction company of the Grand Valley Sports Network. Steve Lloyd-Jones, head coach Scott Wooster back with you. Chad Cashman in our studio. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't perfect in terms of a couple of mistakes for sure, but boy, that sure looked to be all around, all three phases, one of the best games performances of the year, Coach.
No question. And, the growth, the improvement, the getting back to what we talked about a little bit last week in terms of the process, the preparation, the training, the work, kind of validated some of those things. But there's no moral victories, and you don't come to Grand Valley State to be close. And
right.
That's the frustration is felt like the process, the week of prep, the mindset going into that game finally felt like Grand Valley State football again. And we had talked about that trying to create that, capture that. And that was the message coming Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, starting this week of preparation is it can't be lightning in a bottle because that mindset, that preparation, the process that we had going into that week, the preparation, it validated that. Now we have to get the outcome we desire to, right? The process is right. Now let's go get the outcome. And again, you can look at it right up and down and tip of the hat. Ferris State had some things dialed up for us, particularly on the offensive side of the football. They had been running down what we call the rails, right? Those hash marks, those ticks, with Wyatt Bower, and they had run game, vertical run game, able to puncture most defenses. They couldn't do that to us, so they got the ball out on the perimeter. I thought we did a great job on the perimeter down in the football, and then, so you stop those two things, and then they went to the counter game, the old wing T Sally play, running the counter with Brady Rose coming back. They had a couple reverses dialed up. They had the throwback dialed up, and a lot of those explosive plays came from that. Got Carson Gulker slipping out on a little arrow spear route. So felt, make them play to their left hand. We did that, and then got to make one of those plays. Trey Green comes up, makes a great play on the reverse, but we got to get the ball down on a couple of those too, right? And know that they're an explosive offense. They're going to get some yards, but we got to be able to down it, and that's I guess the frustration defensively is few of those explosive plays we get downed, right? And it might be a different story. So I think the other story defensively is we had what we call 4-point plays, third down inside the red zone, right, where it's first and goal, second goal, third and goal from the 6, 7, 8, 9 yard line right there. Yeah. You get that stop, the field goal kicker comes out, right? And had 3 of those opportunities, didn't capitalize on that as well. So, I think validated the process, felt great about the growth, the improvement, but we gotta get the outcome. We gotta find the way to win. Yeah. We had opportunities to do that. Right?
Yeah, no, you really did. I mean, it was back and forth, and this, the game, you're down 7-0, and then at one point you're down 21-7 in the first half, but you fight right back and you tie it up. I mean, in the halftime, you get the long field goal. You're only down 4. It's really difficult to try to contain that offense in space, isn't it? Because you're called to make a tackle in space, one-on-one.
No, and a lot of that scoring, obviously, the 28 points in the first half. Again, tremendous credit to Coach Lewis. Got a couple of those adjustments in the second quarter, but then at halftime made some adjustments. They scored 10. One was aided by a few penalties in that, right. We had them at 4th and 2, 4th and 3. Up jumps the devil again there a little bit. The offside, short yardage offsides penalty that we talked about at Pitt State, kept the drive alive. And then there's a hands to the face,
yes,
which that was the one they called, which no comment, right? But that gets them 15 yards and keeps the drive alive there. So no touchdowns outside of that drive, that penalty-aided drive in that second half. And then offensively, the story is the opposite of the red zone turnovers. You mentioned it, 3 and out to start the game. That was our only 3 and out. Extremely excited about the ability to drive the football.
Yeah.
We had some explosives, but we had some first and second down runs, efficient passes, and stayed on the field. And that was a big part of the synergy, the complementary football, keeping the defense on the bench. You talked about all 3 phases. Trace Hergich, again, only gets 2 opportunities to punt. But does a tremendous job on those 2 opportunities. Our punt return team, Lynn Weichel, does just an awesome job saving field position there.
Yeah.
But it really comes down to the 3 red zone turnovers. We're driving the ball. The second series of the game, get down about the 32 yard line, something to that effect. Have a wide open guy, and we mess up the mesh there. So. come right back. It doesn't faze us. And, again, that response, it didn't flinch, come right back. 59-yarder to Furtney. Furtney had the third down conversion, has the 59-yarder, puts the ball in the end zone. Thought, that really got us going. And then, like you said, in the red zone and the defining one there late, first down, kind of try a little trick, get a positive play. Second down, we have a drop that puts us at, would put us at third and really short, if not the first down. And then third down, have a run dialed up pretty good, didn't fit it correctly, perfectly blocking-wise, and we still have an opportunity, I think, to get the first down there. We don't. And then on fourth down, go for it. At that point, got to go for it. And, frustrated because there was contact before the ball got there, but we got to make the play anyway. So the turnover on downs, 2 turnovers, and then the the turnover on downs there. So that was the story of the game offensively, but excited about in that game, in that moment, Andrew Schuster, Brady Drogosh, both commanded, I thought, extremely well. Sion Nusma Harper, not so much running the football, had a couple good runs, but receiving. Yeah. Pascal Jolman has a good run, and I thought we played so much better up front. Offensive line. Josh Martin bumps over to center. Tough ask right there in a week to get the center position. Does a tremendous job. Evan Curtis played his best game as a Laker. But Josh Sander, Brett Weaver, James Kent played extremely well. We already mentioned Furtney, Harry Younger at the tight end position. And then wide receivers just rolled in here. We'll hear from Shinrock in a second. But yeah, huge game from we talked about in the open with Griff. But then Sean Bird, Lynn Weichel, Kellen Reed, all those guys contributing in the throw. I think we threw close to 350. So
absolutely. 358 to be exact. Well, that's a good defense you're going against. You knew that going in. And I don't want to say, you moved the ball with ease, but you were moving the football.
Yeah, we did.
More yardage than Ferris had for the game. You had 462 total yards.
Yeah, and left a tremendous amount of yardage out there.
That's what you said, the turnovers and the downs.
Yeah, exactly. And just from an execution standpoint, left a lot out there. There was opportunities for a few more explosive runs, opportunities for a few more through the air. So that's two things can be true at once, right? We've talked dichotomies.
Oh yeah.
That two things can be true. Extremely frustrated that didn't get the outcome, had opportunities, but extremely excited about our response to the previous week, our week of preparation, the growth that we had, particularly on the offensive side of the football. The roller coaster of emotions as you go through a game like that in a week. Last couple weeks like that.
Well, the performances of the week presented by Trinity Health. On offense, Andrew Schuster, what a game. The quarterback goes 23 of 39, 347 yards, 3 TDs, 1 pick, but sacked just 1 time. Yeah. And a tremendous job. Boy, he was poised, decisive, tough. He got sacked that 1 time. I thought, oh, wow. And he just picked himself up, and I saw him pushing the side. Telling you guys I'm good.
No, that 2-minute drill was big time.
Oh,
obviously.
Man, that was really good.
Explosive to Sean Berg coming back with Kellen, all those guys we just mentioned, and then LJ getting in the end zone on the screen. But, him standing in there and just delivering down and down out.
Performance of the week on the defensive side presented by Trinity Health. How about Quinn Wills, one of 2 guys in the game with 12 total tackles. He and Jimmy Downs, 12 tackles.
No, and that's that's what you talk about, Jimmy Downs in the core and then Quinn on the perimeter. And some of those tackles were in all kinds of space, right? Yeah. The one I can just think of is grabbing a hold of the jersey and downing it right before the first down marker there. But played tremendous. Also had a pass breakup all over the field. Trey Green played great in the back end as well. Carty, another great game. Elijah Baker really showed up big. And then defensive line, like I said, their inability to run it down the rails and eliminate the core run game. So, Budden and Kamani, defensive end, Ryder Gravenhoff, Josh Williams, T.Y. Jackson in there, R.J., Jabril, all those guys in that core really eliminating what they do best. And, so a lot of great performances, but you got to have a few more, right? Have a few more.
No, absolutely. So after a game like that, when you're in the locker room, I know, like you say, there's two things that are true at one time. You're frustrated, you're mad you don't win the game, but there's a lot of positives.
Yes.
What do you emphasize
Exactly
as the coach?
That's exactly what I said, right?
Okay.
You know, like the two things can be true at once. And then, you know, got to find a way in the
when the lefty's throwing it for sure. But no, it's you know, it's a unique challenge, but it's, I would argue, the same challenge for the quarterbacks. You know, we play a pretty good amount of guys, you know, consistently playing 6 guys, and so they've got to kind of get used to us, and that's the importance of the practice reps, is trying to get guys as many reps with as many of those guys as consistently as we can throughout the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and making sure you know, we're rotating 2 or 3 guys at X, you know, making sure that those guys get those reps with each quarterback as often as they can, so that when we do get into game day, he knows, you know, who he's throwing to. He can look out there and know what that route's going to look like, what, you know, what the tempo, the speed of that's going to be. And I think it's a unique challenge for sure, but like I said, it adds a very unique element for the defense as well.
Well, we're going to hear from Griffin coming up in a little bit, but tell us about these guys. What are the personalities like? Who's loud, who's quiet? What do we got here?
They're all loud.
They're all loud.
No, but I think, you know, a testament to who Griff is. You know, we just kind of, you know, kind of last minute talked about guys coming to the radio show, and all these guys showed up. And, you know, I think it's a testament to, you know, not only him, but both of our seniors, the type of teammates they are. You know, we've asked, you know, both Griff and Jordan.
Not easy to do. Make that grab from your knees. Griffin doing that on Saturday in Big Rapids. As our guest player interview for you, Griffin Shinrock, brought to you in part by Radco Apparel. Be proud to show off your brand. And by Flow Sports, where you can watch the GVSU Lakers all season long. Wide receivers coach Ryan Olson back with us, and he's going to interview Griffin.
Yeah,
Coach?
No, excited to have you here, Griff. I know you get a busy schedule normally. What are we keeping you from on a normal Thursday night?
Absolutely nothing. Maybe some Buffalo Wild Wings. We've been heading over there a couple times, but not much. Maybe some football in a couple hours, but that's about it.
Well, we'll get you out of here in time for that for sure. But I know you're only currently in one class, so run us through the regular weekly schedule of a Grand Valley senior with only one class.
Yeah, so grueling schedule here. Most of the time is just kind of hanging out, kind of trying to find stuff to do, keep myself busy. Should be hitting the books a little bit more, but I'm getting by fine. But it's just having a good time, just kind of enjoying that that last semester in college.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, and I know.
Yeah, so last 2 summers I've had some really cool internships, but this last summer I was with Ottawa Avenue Private Capital, which is like the RDV affiliation, like their investment branch, if you would, with Randy Damster, one of our in that private equity field, which I realized that, I do want to do that, post-college. And, I learned an absolute boatload, after workout or 7-on-7, whatever we were doing at night. So it was definitely a busy summer, but, lots of learning and, lots of growth.
That's awesome. No, it sounds like you've put yourself in a great spot and too much time playing video games, which is great.
A little bit.
Yeah, no, it's all right. So first time this year with a receiver on the show. Steve asked me a little bit what it's like as the experience as your coach. What is the experience like in the receiver room at Grand Valley?
Yeah, it's just an awesome time. Look, these guys, they're here tonight. It's coming in at Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. I'm the furthest person from a morning person. I don't say a word in the morning and just kind of do my business and that's it. But these guys, make it fun every morning. They make it, it's always an awesome time to be in meetings. It always diverges into something else that, probably got to get back on track. But it's an awesome time. And then we go out to practice, have a great time, do our thing, and it's probably my favorite part of the day is just being with the guys and just kind of doing our job, doing our thing.
Oh, that's awesome, and it's great to hear. Obviously, that it's similar experience. So, kind of throwing it back a little bit to, I guess, kind of your personal history. Who got you started or interested in football, and when did you start playing?
Yeah, so I would just say my family just kind of got me interested in football. My brother played, and I just kind of wanted to emulate, what he was doing, and then I just kind of always was watching what he was doing and. Hey, I want to be like that. And then I saw him, playing varsity, playing high school. I was like, hey, I want to do that. And saw him started to, get a little bit recruited, go to college and play. And I do that exact same thing because it was always my one goal was to play college football. And, past that, I didn't know what in the world I was going to do. But, if one thing was for certain, I was going to play college football. So I would say, yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad you picked Grand Valley State to play your college football at. What was your thing? Obviously, you're falling in love with football in your own way.
Yeah, I would just say, that was kind of like the one time, I felt like I was myself, on the football field, and just kind of, it's the thing I love most to do is just go out there, run around, catch the ball, make some plays, and it's my favorite thing to do is just, go on that field and just have some fun with my friends, with the guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. Running around having a catch. No question. Your favorite things about this season overall as a senior, and then kind of with that, your favorite GVSU football memory.
Yeah, I would just say I kind of said it in my senior speech, but the bonding of this team and this group. I've been on the team for this has been my 5th season, and I've never really seen a group that is this connected and this kind of hungry to succeed. And I'd absolutely love to see it. Love to come in every day. Favorite memory of GVSU, I would probably say beating Ferris at Ferris. That was a pretty sweet thing. Get the trophy on their field. Obviously that wasn't this year, but having that feeling was very nice.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Well, like I said, I think you're a guy that is easy for me to trust, and a guy that's easy to coach, and appreciate you coming on tonight and sharing a little bit about you.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's right. Great having